Ready?
I was born ready. I'm Ron Swanson.
I regret nothing. The end.
I don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this torsion, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. I wanna rise don't know if I can find my way out. In this tiny and everything is curling up tight. There's no fall into the ocean. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching out. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. It's coming. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching out. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. I'm reaching. It's coming. I'm reaching. The water is rising over me. I'm reaching out. I'm reaching. It's coming in. The water is rising over me.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. I was able to get some work done outside today, and I won't complain about how hot it is because it's only like 75 degrees here, but it feels hot for us. But got a couple new Ron Swanson memes ready for the chat when the moment is correct, and to add to our growing list of memes, hopefully to keep ourselves laughing while we do this. Let's see. Hey guys, I'm new here. Will you go over a time when you start putting in money? I'll be happy to give you a I'll do an orientation here just to start for anybody who's new, and I'll try to do that. I'll try to do that at the beginning of next market because I got to get ready to trade this market. But I'll do that, kind of give you a general orientation about everything on the screen, kind of what the strategy is. If you have the time, let's see, Brianna, there is a video on my channel, the most recent one. It's about an 18-minute video, and it is a pretty thorough explanation of kind of the basics of the timing of the strategy I use, and kind of just we'll give you a good orientation to kind of what we're up to. Oh, okay, good. So yeah, basically we've got a new bot on the screen that we're testing. I'm testing today. I created it yesterday. It's a recommendation bot that's supposed to help us with scalping strategy, both at the beginning of the market and at the end. So you can kind of follow along, and you'll see. I'm just basically testing the bot tonight, so I'm just doing one contract at a time. And so yeah, I basically am getting in as soon as the bot recommends it, and that will usually be at 85 cents when one side gets to 85 cents, and it recommends that I buy. And the question from Derlin, are you going to show us how to use the AI bot ourselves today? I'm not sure what that means, but I'm definitely going to show you how to use the information that's on the screen. Do you mean how to create a bot for yourself? Or I'm not sure what that question is. I was just wondering if you kind of go over the time where you put in money, so we do it all at the same time. Uh, not really. The bot is going to kind of give you recommendations on that. Uh, Pretty sure that's what he meant. Yeah, so I don't have the energy to do that video or create that today. Kind of spent the whole afternoon working in the yard, so I'll definitely get that as soon as I can. Um, Honestly, my recommendation is start a chat with Gemini or Claude or whatever your favorite chatbot is, and you can figure it out. You can start to figure it out right away. If you have any questions in the process, I'm happy to help. But in the meantime, I don't know when I'm going to do that. I'd like to do it soon, but I'm definitely not going to be able to do it tonight. So yeah, I would say, Brianna, you can kind of watch. The bot is making a recommendation, and I'm waiting for that to happen. So just you can kind of keep an eye on that lower left corner, that whole graphic there. That is the bot, and hopefully it's educational and can help you see what we're doing. But I'll do this market, and then I'll come back and we can talk about if you have any questions about the timing of the entry. So I will be right back.
I couldn't ask for more. Let the porch light burn uneven. Let the shadows play. Yeah, the porch light burn uneven. Keep the night from drifting away. If this ain't heaven, it'll do for today.
I did it all, I played pretend. I moved the mountains to be your friend. I wanna know if it mattered. I would have gone to war for you. I would have bent the earth in two just to get to our ever after. Something about this has changed. I wanna feel you close again. Don't let go. No, I don't want this to end. Whoa. Remember the start when you're breaking my heart again. Like blood on a pen. Would it matter then? When everything starts to fade, back like it's yesterday. Would it all make sense? Would it matter then? I did it all, I poured the weight on my shoulders like it was fate. Don't tell me it was for nothing. You told me love wasn't true, cause it didn't feel real to a cynic like you. But I'm pretty sure we walked into something.
All right, a quick win to start the evening. That's exactly what I wanted. And yeah, and Carlos will remind you to lock in. It is time. So yeah, lives are every day, noon to 4 p.m. Doesn't mean I'm going to be live the whole afternoon session from noon to 4, but I'll be somewhere in there. And then the evening session is somewhere between 8 and midnight. It just depends. I don't start necessarily at a specific time, but I'll be live during that window at some point. I usually do pretty close to 8 and noon as a start, and it just depends on my energy for the day, how long I go. But yeah, as long as I would say, as long as the chat is engaging and there's some interaction for me to kind of bounce back with, I usually will go for 4 hours. But um, folks tend to get a little tired at the end of the stream, especially on the East Coast. It's like 3 in the morning, so we start to fade off around 11. But we'll see. You know, I go with the flow. So what's up, Doc Fizz? Do you ever hold your bid before selling? Do you ever hold your bid before selling? When you say hold your bid, what do you mean by that? I'm sorry, I'm not getting it, that one. Hopped in at the same time as you and won 721. Nice. Hey, good. Fantastic. Well, the bot's doing pretty well. I mean, I would say its winning percentage since it started is I mean, the weekends are a good time for scalping at the end. So it does have a good market to do it, but yeah, it's probably 90 plus successful. I mean, do you ever wait to the end of the clock and not sell it? Oh, okay, I got you. I really don't. Sometimes, if anything, I'll do 99.9. But no, I feel like one of the major advantages of these markets is we don't have to wait to the end. And for me, with my personality, it's just not worth it to have that extra stress at the end. So I'm almost always out by the 2 minute mark. That's my goal, is to be out by then. And even even if I take a loss, I may get out at the 2 minute mark. But yeah, for tonight, I'm just kind of following whatever the bot tells me, because I'm just testing how it's a record for the next couple weeks. I'll be testing it, so I'll be just doing one contract. Maybe next week I'll amp it up a little bit, but I want to see how this bot does in a variety of different conditions and how it performs, especially during the week when it gets kind of chaotic. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't see the point in holding till the end. If anything, I'm going to do 99.9, which is basically holding till the last minute. But I've kind of gotten away from 99.9. I'm just kind of coming back to 99 and, just considering that my end of the market. So one more trade. Yeah, well, we're going to do trading until about midnight Pacific time. So there's going to be plenty more trades for this live. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to go into trading mode now, and I will be back right after this one. And you're new to Kalshi, just want to thank you for your videos. They really help. That's awesome. I'll be back to give you a real welcome right after this market.
stretch it, I get to remember it. Then I see my bed is empty on one side. Back in the sheet, the only place I can hide. In the morning, I'm wondering how I'm gonna get through the night. Sick and weary, and only your love's gonna make it right. I close the curtain, sweating, shaking all over. Imagine you're here. I'm looking up at the door. I'm a better man.
So basically, this bot gives recommendations in the first 3 minutes for early entry possibilities, and in the last 8 minutes for end of market scalping strategy. So I need your help tonight and kind of going forward. Carlos is the captain of this team, the lock-in team. But if I'm talking and it gets to be about 8 minutes, 30 seconds or 30 seconds left. So those are the kind of the times I need to be reminded that it's time to trade. Feel free to yell lock in at me during those times, and that will help me quite a bit. I'll appreciate that, because sometimes when I get talking, I forget that I'm also trading at the same time. So yeah, as far as the young people are wild, evidently. So so yeah, Mauricio, welcome so much to the community here. As far as how to begin to create one of these bots, honestly, it's very, very simple. You have probably on your computer either a program called PowerShell or Terminal, but it's basically where you can write code, and Python is the preferred code for these things these days. So, go into Gemini or go into Claude or whatever your favorite chatbot is. If you want to really get into this and you don't mind investing some money, there's sites. There's a Cursor is a really good one that I've used that worked well for me. That's Cursor, and basically all the bots on there are specifically for coding. But there's also Codex. There's pretty much every chat bot has its own like separate coding bot that's specifically for that. Usually you pay a fee for the month and kind of unlimited use. I've used Cursor, so I can attest to that one. I've also just used, for this one, it was just Gemini, and it was free. All I have right now for chatbots is the free Gemini and the free Claude. Free Claude is kind of minimalistic, so I prefer right now using Gemini. So Gemini and I went through and created this. The video I may just do is kind of narrating the conversation between me and Gemini that created this bot, and you'll see every interaction that we had, and I'll kind of narrate, the process, and maybe have AI voice Gemini for it, but it's all it is asking questions. Say to the bot, say to Gemini or Claude, whatever, hey, I want to create a trading bot for the Kalshi market, whatever you want to do. I want to create a trading bot, and this is the strategy I want to use. Can you help me create that? You'll be amazed how fast this can happen. And yeah, the AI is very good at coding. You may have to work out the kinks and work out the bugs and test it and all that stuff. But really, just start a conversation with one of the chat bots and get the ball rolling. And it's really not, if I can do it, thank you. I'll lock in. If I can do it, you can do it.
For me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still, you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. She said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. We could catch a vibe here on this trip. I'm in your soul, you're on my head. I want you at my fingertips all night, all night. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said
So just a little bit of clarification on this bot. So sometimes it'll recommend buy no, and the price of no at that moment is 30 cents. But if you read closer, it does say buy no at 85 to 90 cents. So what it's saying there is if it gets to 85 to 90, buy. Sometimes it'll be at like 5% and it'll still say if it gets to 85 or 90, buy. What it's really saying there is don't buy the yes. Uh, it's not saying buy the no at 5 cents. So keep in mind this bot is designed for scalping. That is its purpose. So it's going to give a recommendation at the end of either buy no or buy up or buy down, or buy no or buy yes, only if the price gets to 85 cents. So keep that in mind. That's a really important point, and it will sometimes pull off the win, picking the low side. What it's basically doing is looking at the three main indicators that it's trained on and making a recommendation based off those. So if I've got the upside and it's at 90 cents and the bot is telling me buy no, then I know to sit out and not trust the yes in that situation, the up. So also, if I have a position and it flips and the bot makes another decision, goes in the other way, then I know it's time to sell. So it's looking at the chart, making a determination on what the setup is and what's likely to happen next. And but yeah, keep that in mind. It doesn't mean you should buy right when that comes up at the 8-minute mark. That's just saying, and you'll notice I don't do that. I wait until it gets to 85 cents. So, and that may never happen. And once we get to 2 minutes, I'm out. The bot will say wait at 2 minutes. Basically, we don't do the last 2 minutes. So, anyway, that's kind of how this is set up to operate. It's not set up to make a pick at the 8-minute mark for you to get in right away. It may work out for you, and congrats if it does, but that's not what it's designed to do. It's designed to say what side is most likely to be a good wager at the 8-minute mark, which side is the one that sets up on the chart best. It can change its mind halfway through, and if it never gets to 85 in either direction, then by the 2-minute mark, I'm out. So I hope that sheds some light on what the bot is doing. We've got a new market. Let's see if we've got an early recommendation from the bot.
Swears over the best. Cut out the toxic people telling me to give it a rest. Not too sensitive, you just don't have a heart. But I continue to enter the ring while I'm falling apart. It's a habit I wanna break, like a David Bennett is on display. And you pull me in, I can't look away. Nothing Tip my tooth on a tangerine.
All right, so it looks like the bot does not have a position for the first 3 minutes. So I've got about 4 minutes to chat with you guys a little bit. So Brianna asks, do you always profit with the cash out, even if you don't make it to 99 to cash out? So I basically do, I'm ideally trying to get 10 cents of profit per contract. So if I get in at 86, I'm selling at 96. If I get in, it's only going to be between 85 and 90, 95, maybe even 97 sometimes. If I get in above 90, I'm just doing 99. You see from my video and what I'm doing tonight, once I have the take profit on the board, either at a 10-cent profit or at 99 cents, I'm immediately going in and putting in 20 cents and just leaving it there, getting ready to press the button whenever whenever I see a couple things. One is the bot change its recommendation to the other side. I'll just sell immediately at that moment. Also, if the price drops to below 50 cents, so if it gets to 49, I have to do a stop loss. I'm out. That's just my strategy. Got to execute that. So those are the two main reasons. The other one is the 2-minute mark. If I'm up at the 2-minute mark, I will just cash out at that moment, even if it's just 1 cent or whatever. If I'm close, I may wait a few seconds just to try to get back to break even. But I'm basically trying to get out as soon as possible at the 2-minute warning. So those are kind of my options for my strategy as far as exiting. And I'm always happy when it's the take profit that is the one that causes me to exit. So, and that's most of the time. I usually get there. Most of the time right now I'm getting in at 87 cents and getting out at 97. And that depends on the market how fast that happens. But it's been pretty regular to get out before the 2-minute mark. So, but yeah, those are kind of, that's my strategy. Because I'm a high percentage scalper at the end of the market mostly, I have to be very careful with my stop loss, that I am sure that I use it when it's the right moment to use it, because a loss for my strategy is, a complete loss is brutal. I can handle a stop loss, and even 2 in a row is like manageable. But a full loss is, it takes me like 8 or 9 markets to make that back up. So it's really important for me to use a stop loss. And yeah, Jersey, how you doing? I haven't managed to say hello to you yet. And welcome to everybody who's new. Blessed, sorry to hear about your. I've been there. I've done that, so I know how that feels. And Jersey, how you doing? Brianna says, so say the market is 80-20 in the first 2 minutes. Do you bid that early or always always the bot doesn't start until the 8-minute mark. Sometimes in the first 3 minutes, the bot will suggest that there's an opportunity for an early scalp on a position that is likely to kind of take off in one direction. And so it's basically going to say, if you can get contracts for this between 30 cents and 45 cents, do it. And so that'll be in the first 3 minutes. But then at the 8-minute mark, I want to have time as my ally. And very often, if you get in at the really early, at the 80-20, you're going to find there's very often maybe even a better price at the 7-minute mark. So yeah, I don't mess around with the the high numbers early in the market. Okay, lock in. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bodies on time, made it. Your body's on time, bodies on time, made it. You made it. General fight, blue light in the darkest night. General fight, blue light in the darkest night. No one gets in alive.
Ready?
I was born ready. I'm Ron Swanson.
Well, I love that we have a whole team of people telling me to lock in. That's I appreciate that. I got in a little late and only got 2 cents, but the bot continues to be pretty strong. These are pretty nice conditions for the late market scalping at the moment. So I hope you're making some cash money tonight. And I appreciate whoever's tapping those emojis. I see you. I thank you. Do you ever say what you're taking? Right now, it's pretty obvious because I've got a bot I created that's on the screen right now in the lower left, and I'm just testing that bot. So I'm basically trading whatever it tells me to do. I programmed it, so it's basically me thinking. Me not having to think while I'm doing the stream, you know what I mean? Like it just tells me what I need to do. And so I wonder how it would be. So it does early market scalping as well. So the first 3 minutes and the last 8 minutes. So it'll look for entries that are are likely to take off in one direction or another in the beginning of the market, and we'll recommend to buy at 30 to 45 cents. Sometimes it's already at 75, but or 60 by the time it makes that recommendation. But it is programmed to do early market stuff, and it'll be more active, I am guessing, when we have a more volatile market. Pretty slow and steady right now. Yeah, I'm sorry you can't see it. I try to get everything on the screen as big as I can. But yeah, basically that bot, if you look in the far right, in the middle, in the far right, there's a recommendation box. And the first one under that will have the recommendation in it. I am not selling this bot, no. I am going to do a video on how to create your own bot. I'm also going to do one how I created this bot. It's just a matter of time. I just need to find some time and energy to do it. I stream 6 to 8 hours a day, so it's sometimes a little challenging. My screen is small, though. I'm sorry. And actually, to be honest, when it does pick the early entry, it's very good. It sees something on the chart and it holds off until it's really sure. And so if you do see, oh boy, here it comes.
Right to jail, right away.
Yeah, so anyway, so it does make a prediction if there's something in the first 3 minutes and also at the end of the market, the last 8 minutes. So it's wired to do both. In these markets, when it's really slow like this on the weekend and really gradual, it'll probably do very well on the end of the market stuff. But again, I just want to reiterate, this isn't a test. It's a testing stage. This bot is 2 days old. I'm just doing one contract each time. I do not, give it a seal of approval yet. The early indications are strong that it's doing well, but it is not a proven entity. So please treat it with, some caution. Let's see, the other thing, lock in. All right, I'll be right back.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Never the same. Never you calling my name, I'm taking my sweet time. Hey, whatever the plan, I know I'm holding the best of me out of my hand. I know you always understand. Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know
All right, so the bot didn't have a early 3-minute recommendation on there. Thank you, Carlos. I like how you got the market and all the tools set up. Do you got multiple monitors live, or is it all in just one? It's all in just one, and my screen is an absolute shit show because I have to keep all of them in the front. Like I have to keep them all in my view, or else they will not update. So I've kind of got a sliver of all of them on the screen, so I make sure they keep updating in real time. But yeah, it's a bit of a shit show over here on my screen. So yeah, but yeah, this is just basically cropping different websites into one view, so you can see everything at one time. But yeah, it's like I think I've got five different websites up on my screen right now, and like they're all over my screen, so it's kind of a mess. When you put the prediction up, is Goons going? It's going to drop, right? So basically, we don't really do predictions usually on here, but tonight we have a bot that I programmed 2 days ago that I'm testing. So that kind of box on the lower left is that bot. It's trained to look at 3 different indicators and make a scalping recommendation in the first 3 minutes, if there is one, and then in the last 8 minutes for the end of the market. So I just say this, at the 8-minute mark, it'll give some kind of a prediction, a recommendation, I should say. But keep in mind, when you see that recommendation come up, and for Bitcoin, it'll be the top line, just know that it's recommending you wait to buy at 85 to 90 cents. Because that is what this strategy is for. That's what this bot is trained to do. So it may be at 20 cents when it says buy at 85. If anything, you can take that as don't trust the other side, even though it's at 80 cents. And the bot may switch at some point, but it's basically saying the chart says if this side gets to 85, it's a really good play. So if that side is only at 20, it's kind of telling you don't trust the up. So keep in mind, it's not saying at the 8-minute mark, buy this side right now. It's just at this time, the chart indicates that this position would be a good investment if it gets to 85 cents. All right, I'm gonna get it early, and I'm gonna get into trading mode on this one.
I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes, between them eyes, between them
You say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on a spin.
If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low. I ain't your maybe. Tell me what it is, 'cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you ration yours. But you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. Can't wait to wake to your love in the morning. This simple thing that we do. Breathe in, breathe out with you. You stop to tell me just one more time before we start the day. Easy with you. Yes, it's so easy with you. Lose track of time as we wander slowly. The afternoon comes and goes. The world could pause and we won't know. My love, with everything you've done for me, I will never be the same. Easy with you. Yes, it's so easy with you. It's true, I never felt right, but I see it all begin change. And now each time you go away, you got me feeling some kind of way. Easy with you. Yes, it's so easy with you.
So basically, for me, if it gets anywhere near the 2 minute mark and it hasn't reached 85 cents on either side, I'm out. That's just a rule that I play by. Crazy stuff can happen in the last seconds, and the bot will stop making a recommendation at the 2-minute mark. So, yeah, I'm out on that one. Too close to call, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of impressive that I wonder if you did get in early on that recommendation, how you would do. But yeah, the bot I think is good. Well, I think the strategy is good in these conditions. I always do well on the weekend. Um, I'm very profitable over the last year from Friday afternoon until Sunday morning. Uh, that that stretch is like where I make my profits. Um, it's yet to be seen. It's to be determined if it will do well when the market is open midday on the weekday. We'll see. We're going to test that this week and find out. I'm from LA, and you? I live in the Redwood Forest, Redwood National Park, right by the Pacific Ocean in Northern California, about, well, not too far from the Oregon border. It's not too far away. So feels pretty Oregon like here. And you can call me Seven, or PNW, or what, Hey Dude, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Seven Streams is my artist name. I'm a recording artist on the side. So let's go by Seven for this format. That bot is good. Another win. Jumped in at 6 minute. That was a mean loss at first, but it jumped back up major. Yes, it did. Hey, Brianna made some profit. Yep. Made $3. Nice. Do you always put 20 bids? So, and I'm going to get a lock in from Carlos here, but I'm going to try Carlos and talk while I look to see if there's any recommendation that pops up from the bot. If there is, I'm just going to go silent while I trade. But so I always put in 20 cents as my stop loss. And I do that because if it switches really fast and goes, I'm trying to get out at 50 cents. So I'm going to press the button as soon as I see 49 cents. And even though I'm selling at 20, I think this is what you're asking, because I'm only bidding one contract right now. So I'm guessing you're asking about the 20-cent bid that I do as my stop loss. I press that so that if it were to happen to run past me to like 15, I just want it to be a lottery ticket at that point and have no stop loss. So basically, I'm trying to get out at 50 cents or so. When I press 20, I'm saying to Kalshi, I will take the best price available higher than 20 cents. So that's why I choose that number as my stop loss. It's not that I'm saying I want to sell at 20 cents. It's sending the message, give me the best price higher than 20 cents. Same as when I buy. It's basically, I'm saying to the system, give me the best price available below 99 cents. So I'm I'm accepting Kalshi fees in both of those instances, but it's worth it for me to be able to press a button and get in right away. And yeah, so I'm using a limit order kind of like just a market buy that most people do with dollars or shares. Okay. Can you explain? Did we bid yes or no last contract? I forgot. I'm guessing yes. I think yes was the winner, or was up there. But yeah. Christian, can you explain? What do you want me to explain? Let me know. I'm not sure which thing you want me to explain about. That's one thing. Keep in mind when you're talking to a streamer, they're answering, 5 things at once. So I may not know what you're talking about unless you're specific. Up one at the last minute. Nice. So the bot was right. It just never quite got there in time to be a safe bet for me. So those of you who got in early, I mean, good for you, great. But just so you know, that's not what the bot was recommending. And you need a computer to make this bot. You need to be able to run terminal or PowerShell, some kind of coding format, and that's probably not going to be on your phone. I don't know. Maybe you can. Probably. You probably can. But yeah, just some kind of place where you can, type out a Python script to run. So basically you need, terminal or PowerShell. You need an internet connection, and that's about it. Like, that's about it. I have a PC. I just trade often at work, like now. Yeah, terminal. I mean, yeah, Python and Claude. Yeah, I mean, I do Claude. When I did my bots that were actual trading bots, I went through Cursor, but there's a lot of different, like Claude Code, and I don't know what they're all called, but all these companies, chatbot companies, have a specific code thing, a code specialty that is designed to excel in that. But this bot you're looking at right now is just me and Gemini working together for about 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. And really it was done in like 5 minutes, but I was just tweaking how it looked and how the display was and where things went and stuff like that. But it worked pretty much right away. What is a limit order? Great question. Let's, if you don't mind, let's do that on the next break. I'm getting ready to go into a trade here, but I'll be happy to come back and explain that. Yeah, terminal is free, PowerShell, all that stuff usually comes right on it's like a main part of your computer. It's like when you do a hard reboot, that's what comes up. The screen with it's just black and like text. It's like a place to do coding, basically. But I'll be back to explain limit orders right after this trade.
Blank boards keep the time. Old chair home beneath me. Blank boards keep the time. If this sounding perfect, that's how it's mine. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Static sings the harmony. I couldn't ask for more. Let the porch light burn uneven. Let the shadows play. Yeah, the porch light burn uneven. Keep the night from drifting away. If this ain't heaven, it'll do for today.
I did it all, I played pretend. I moved the mountains to be your friend. I wanna know if it mattered. I would have gone to war for you. I would have bent the earth in two just to get to our ever after. Something about this has changed. I wanna feel you close again. Don't let go. No, I don't want this to
Well, I got my hands full right now. I'm trying to trade. I got to feed the cats. I'm just doing 7 things at once. So what is a limit order? A limit order is you come in and tell Kalshi the exact price you want to buy at. If you just buy in dollars or shares, it will give you the current best ask price available. So the current price that's lowest that's being sold on the market, that's up for sale. And you'll pay a Kalshi fee for that. Limit orders allow you to determine the price you want to get in. Now, with this strategy, I'm only really using a limit order. I'm using limit orders for everything, but I'm using them in kind of like the same way you would use buying with dollars or shares. I'm saying I'm willing to pay the fee for you to give me the best ask price below this certain number. And I'm going to pay a fee to sell above this certain number at the best bid price. So a limit order is just basically saying I want to buy at this price. Now it only works, it'll save you the fees. You'll pay no fees if you go in a limit order, but you have to bid you have to bid below where the current price is. So basically if it's at 50 cents, you can bid at 40 cents and say, if the price drops to 40, I want to buy this many shares. And then if the price does drop down there and it hits that point, somebody will take you up on your offer and you'll get those 40-cent shares with no fees. In that situation, you're a maker. You are making the market. So I see there is a early buy opportunity on Ethereum right now. So if anybody wants to go over to Ethereum and give that a shot, it's saying to bid between 30 and 45. If you can get that and get a scalp out of that on Ethereum, the bot is suggesting that. We will start doing Solana Sundays and Ethereum Thursdays. So we'll do Bitcoin the rest of the time, but we'll start doing, mix it up a little bit. Let's see. When is the time to put in? What minute up or down? The bot starts making recommendations right away, the first 3 minutes. So it's 2 different suggestions. One is the early scalp, if it's available, based on the conditions on the chart. And the other one is the last 8 minutes. So it starts giving a recommendation at 8 minutes. But keep in mind, it is recommending to buy at 85 to 90 cents. It's not saying buy it right now. It's saying if it gets to 85 to 90 cents, buy it. Really 85 or above. Okay. I'm going to DJ at a grad party with my friends. Have a good night. All right, Larry. I'm sure he's gone already, but how you doing? Good, man. How are you? How can I get that bot? Well, I mean, right now it's only available. It's in testing mode, so it's only available on my streams. Eventually, once we get to 3,000 watch hours, I think we're at like 2,600 right now. I will, I'll be willing to send this code to the folks that sign up to be members of the channel. I don't know what that fee is to join the channel, but that will be something that will be part of that when I do that in probably the end of this week. So I wait to minute 8. Yeah, we're all basically at this point waiting until minute 8, and then the bot will make some kind of a recommendation. And this cat wants to get out, and I need to go let this cat out. All right, I'll be back. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I got a lot going on right now. So, um, yeah, so as soon as I'm confident in the bot and like I've tested it for like a week or two and I feel like, okay, yeah, this is solid. Uh, the people that are in the crew, you know, that are part of the team here, I'll be happy to email the code to you. But all that being said, I always recommend, and I'll eventually do a video on this, but I recommend you build the bot yourself so you can program it to trade exactly how you want to trade. And never take, you know, don't take somebody else, you know, don't take somebody else's word for it. Do your own thing. AI is amazing. If you stick with it, and it'll teach you a lot about coding, and yeah, it knows exactly what needs to be done to create a Kalshi trading bot. It is all of them. Every one of them is familiar, knows exactly what they're doing, and there may be some bugs in it. You may have to work some things out. This one did not have really any bugs, and I just had to work on the formatting of it, make some adjustments to how it was presented to make it a little easier to read and to do all four of the main cryptocurrencies on the screen at once. So we got a lot of information packed into a small area, but also tried to make it educational so you could read the cheat sheet at the bottom and just kind of get an idea what are the indicators that it's using, why is it using those indicators. Let's see, is the middle a DOM order book? Do you have any recommendations for those? Tried Bookmap and hated it. I also hated Bookmap. I tried it and was like, no thank you. I just use TapeSurf, and we've got the Coinbase exchange up right now. All right, so I got to get into trading mode. I'll be back after this market is done.
Said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no.
Well, even though it's mid-trade and I don't normally do this, there's a bunch of people in the room right now. I decided to come in and say hello and just answer any questions you guys have at this point. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit frazzled with doing too much, but yeah, I accidentally pressed the stop loss when I wasn't trying to. So, but it's not that big a deal. I'm just doing one contract right now. Mostly I'm just testing the bot. By getting in, I have a kind of a decent record of how the bot did if I go back and look at it on Kalshi. And I'll just be doing this for the next week. And then probably the week after that, I'll up it a little bit. Maybe I'll do 2, maybe I'll do 5. I don't know. It depends on how confident I am. I will say I'm very confident in this bot in these conditions and it remains to be seen though when the conditions change and become more volatile. But I thought I'd ask you, if you don't mind, we got a lot of people in the room, not many likes on the stream. If you could, just head over there, hit that button, hit that thumbs up for me. That makes a big difference. We're trying to do 16 likes on this stream. And please make a video on how to make that bot. That bot is amazing for beginners. Yeah, I'll definitely, I'll kind of talk through what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the conversation that I had with Gemini to create it and then just talk through while I put on the screen the conversation. I may narrate, my part and have Gemini be voiced by Gemini. Basically, I'll go to Gemini and say, hey, I'm going to make a video of our conversation from this point to this point. I want you to use your voice, and I'll screen record, and So I'll basically walk through the whole process of creating it. And then when I actually go to make a trading bot, because this is not a trading bot right now, this is a trading assistant bot. But it can be converted over to a trading bot very simply. It just needs to have access to the Kalshi API. I have to have a code for the API. And if I want to run it overnight, I need to have access to a server, a virtual server, so that I can close my computer and it still runs on the server. But all that being said, step by step. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see every part of the conversation, how I prompted AI. And yeah, I'll talk through it. It's really not that complicated, guys. Before I even get to it, if you want to spend a few hours just trying to do it with either Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT, doesn't matter, whatever you're comfortable with, and just get in there and be like, hey, I want to create a trading bot. And even if maybe you don't have a strategy or you want to use mine, that's fine. Go ahead. But tell it what you want it to do. I want to create a bot that does this and this and this on the Kalshi markets. Be as specific as you can, and just be amazed with where it takes you. And if you have questions in that process, bring them back to the lives. Bring them back to the chat. I will definitely try to do a video. It takes a while. It's a lot of effort, and I already do 6 to 8 hours of streaming a day. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm an old guy. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I want your strat. So the key is wait to minute 8, right, to buy. I want your bot, just without the other crypto. Okay. Yep. Well. So the key is to wait till the minute 8. I normally, before this bot, would wait until the 7-minute mark. But yeah, the key is to have time as your ally when you get in on a high probability. The strategy here is get in at a high probability, which means, and the price on Kalshi is a pretty good estimation of probability, by the way. So when you're buying at 85 cents, it's an implied probability of 85% probability at that point. And there's so many bots trading these markets that's a pretty decent assumption to make, that it's 85% probable that you're going to win. But the less time is left, the less can go wrong, basically. And you get a full half of the market to sit on the sidelines and just watch what happens. So you're removing a lot of the guesswork, and you have time as your ally. So you're trying to get in you know, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, but the bot will make a recommendation at 8 minutes, and it may say buy at 85 cents, and it's currently at 60 cents. Well, you're not buying yet. You're waiting until it gets to 85 cents. So the 8-minute mark is just the start of when it's possible to begin bidding. And then this is for my strategy, right? This is all the bot is doing all its work with my mind. It's like representation of me. So this is my strategy and how it works, and I've got the bot as my assistant, who's sitting there going, just look at the chart. I would get in right now, but it's all like the factors that determine when it's a good time to scalp, either early. And by the way, Solana is a recommended early buy if you can get it between 30 and 45 cents right now. So, yeah, I don't know what the price is currently over there, but might be worth a look to see, and see if you can get in at 35 to 45 or 30 to 45 and scalp some profits, because basically the bot is seeing that the down is probable in that market. So there's that early 3-minute recommendation that the bot will do, but it has to be a very specific, like high probability movement that it's likely gonna go, and it may be past that 45 cent mark, so then you have to ask yourself, do I think it's going to continue? If the bot keeps the recommendation up, it might. So anyway, I may work with Gemini to maybe tweak that a little bit and maybe give a little bit more clear recommendation of like, when is it going to be able to get 10 cents? That's all I care about. Is it going to be able to get 5 cents? Is it going to be able to get 10 cents? Is it going to be able to get 15? So that's the kind of recommendation that would be really helpful. So I may try to tweak the first 3-minute recommendation, because that's where I want to get in, is between 30 and 45. But it'd also be good to know if like the bot sees like a likely heavy trend in one direction, even if you get in at 60 cents and can sell at 70, like I just want the movement. So I may spend a little bit of time with Gemini to just figure out how we can implement that part of it. So I've been using your strat for a week. It's been very beneficial. I'm new to trading. Deontay, that's awesome, man. I'm super glad this has been helpful. I've tried a lot of things. I've been doing this market for about a year now. I've tried a number of different strategies. This is the one that makes the most sense to me. It works the best. It also fits my personality of slow and steady. It's not. This is not a strategy about get rich quick schemes, but it's a scalable strategy. And as your bankroll grows, you can increase the number of shares you're investing. But again, I always come back to, really you should keep each market kind of a maximum of maybe 5% of your bankroll. And most of the times you should be doing 1% of your bankroll at a time. And that's just that's not just this market. This is like investing just principles that are applicable across all markets. That's a general rule, is 1% of your bankroll at a time is it. Now, because these are high probability and I have a stop loss, I will tend to do 2%, 2.5%, and up to 5%, just because what's really at risk is about half of what I'm putting up, because I will take the stop loss and just lose half of my investment. So I do go up a little bit, but just keep that in mind, that that's a recommendation I definitely make. And I'm always about learn when to sit out of a market when it just doesn't work for your strategy. Learn how to take a good loss and avoid revenge trading. So avoid trying to recover from a loss right away by doubling down or like doing something aggressive, you know. If you have a strategy, stick to it. If you find out after like a month that the strategy you have is losing money, then reevaluate the strategy. But while you're trading, stick to the strategy, whatever you have at the moment that you're using. And my way is not the only way. So, all right. What's the probability of the AI of guessing if it's up or down by the end of the clock? What's the probability of the AI guessing if it's up and down? All the AI can do is what we're doing and in real time assess probability. So you can definitely have that. I guarantee there's people out there that, because these numbers are so accurate for probability, there's bots out there that are constantly computing probability given the volatility of the market, where the price currently is, how much time is left, and what the number is to beat, is constantly running those numbers and coming up with probability. And if the price is ever off of that probability, it's buying or selling. It's like using that as like a buy or sell mechanism. So there are definitely bots just micro trading the crap out of this thing for like pennies here and there, and they add up super quick. But yeah, I mean all the bot can do, at least this bot, all this bot can do is look at the chart that I've given it. You know, I've said look at these three things, and it is just running the numbers constantly. Like how do these all match up? All right, I'm going to get into trading mode. Looks like a pretty easy win here, but we shall see.
Time made it. Your body's on time. Body's on time. Made it. You made it. Gel no fight.
Yeah, again, mostly tonight, I'm not really even worried about the numbers of the profit or anything like that. Just testing the bot. So it's just one contract. I'm not focused extremely well on trading tonight. I'm kind of getting in later than I should, and I'm not executing really crispy like I do when I'm not doing a stream. So just keep in mind that like basically all I'm trying to do is test the bot and kind of observe what it's doing, and just keep an eye on it, and mostly here to answer your questions. But we are still only at 9 likes, and we've got like we had 20 people in the room a minute ago. So if you're enjoying this, if you're getting something out of it, I really would appreciate it if you gave the stream a like, and yeah, hit some of those emojis. Tap on those emojis on the bottom of your screen there, that heart. If you hit on that, there's a bunch of things you can press, and it's like, yeah, thank you, whoever's doing that. Thank you so much. That helps to increase engagement, and also says to YouTube, hey, this is worth checking out. So if you see something valuable about, all right, thank you, Brianne. So I can just call you Bree? All right, I appreciate you, Bree. How do you make the bot run or show on your laptop? Do you need to download anything to make it do it by itself on your laptop? So within Terminal or PowerShell, whatever you're using, you're going to run Python. So you're going to create the code with the help of your AI chatbot. And once you have the code, you're going to put it into your terminal, and then you're going to run it. And it's basically, the command is Python, the name of the file, .py. And .py is a Python code. And it's just going to run. And if it has an internet connection to connect and do what it needs to do, it's good to go. And what you're seeing is my PowerShell, basically just a crop in of my PowerShell running that Python script. So it doesn't. We had to do rich text, so we tried to make it look a little bit more presentable than the normal Python, just code heartbeat script that's just black and white and text. So, but yeah. Anyway, it just runs in your computer. No me. All right. So Bree is acceptable. Good. Brat, are you telling me you're also pressing the emojis? Well, I appreciate all of you who are pressing the emojis for me right now, and all of you who hit like, and all the comments and all the support. We're already at 530 subscribers. Pretty amazing for 3 weeks in. I think we are offering something pretty great. I mean, a place to share ideas, and my way is not the only way. I'm just offering that this is how I do it. And there will be people that show up that have different strategies, and they're more than welcome to share that with the community, and this is just a place dedicated to growing and learning and supporting each other in becoming better investors, better traders, better with predictive markets, etc., etc. But did y'all hold for up? Yeah, I'm a little I'm a little out of it right now. Let's go. So yeah, 20 people in the room right now. Amazing stuff. So thank you all and we got to 15 likes just by me asking for it. So I really appreciate you guys, all the subscribers and all the support. So we'll keep doing it, man. 6 to 8 hours of streaming a day. I'll do videos whenever I have the energy to do it. And yeah, I'll sometimes do a video in the live. Profit $1.20, nice. New sub, thank you, Immortal. I really appreciate that. So let me update the numbers here, and I'll be right back. We do have XRP is being recommended as an early buy by the bot, If you can get in between 30 and 45 cents, it recommends doing so and scalping some money off that thing.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Never the same. Whenever you're calling my name, I'm taking my sweet time. Hey, whatever the plan, I know I'm holding the best of me out of my hand. I know you always understand. Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze.
All right, doesn't look like we're going to get a recommendation for a early buy on Bitcoin here. So that gives me a little bit of time to actually chat with you guys and again say thank you for all the support. Especially again, Serge is sleeping; he's got to work in the morning. But Serge and Carlos are here all the time, and I really appreciate the OGs. And if you're getting in now and you're becoming part of this community, you're still an OG. So we're not big enough yet to not have OGs. So we just made $2 off XRP. Nice. I love to hear that. I think it's actually very good at these early because it's very selective. It doesn't do it very often. So when it does, it's very convinced of the you'll be big soon. Well, that'd be nice. That'd be fun. I'm not so worried about that or care so much about that as I do connecting with the people who are here. You know what I mean? Like, um, yeah, I don't know. I'm a real authentic person that doesn't have an ego really. So yeah, I'm just I'm all for the community and creating space to yeah, just learn and grow. And I mean, if we can make some money doing it, that'd be great. But remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have any expertise besides just my own observations and willingness to share my strategy. So yeah, at the end of the day, you got to make decisions for yourself. You know, um, I may be offering some good advice, but you got to do your own research on everything. So you got Discord. Oh, in every live from now on, when do you go live? I go live twice a day on Pacific time. So I'm in California. So I go noon to 4. It doesn't mean I'll be live that whole time, but that's the window that I'm doing my afternoon session. And then the evening session is from 8 p.m. to midnight, not necessarily that whole time. So those are the two windows. I usually do 3 or 4 hours each. It depends on how active the chat is and how much energy there is in the room, and if if I feel the chat is if the energy is kind of petering out, I'll wrap it up at that point. But yeah, I go until the energy gets to that point, or we hit midnight and it's time for me to rest. I do not have a Discord. If I do anything, it will more likely be like a Reddit community, more of a private community, and yeah, it'll be designed because I know Reddit very well, and I think it's a great. It won't be a public forum. It'll be a private, kind of a hangout spot for this community. So if I do anything, it probably won't be Discord. It would probably be Reddit, and it would be more of a private thing, not for public consumption. But yeah, I do see the value. I've done that before, and I've put a lot of energy into it, creating a Reddit for like musicians because I'm a recording artist. So for indie musicians, I created a whole community and like put a lot of effort into it, and that's what I'm kind of being hesitant about doing it until we get bigger, because those things require effort. They require attention, and yeah, we'll see. We need I need a crew to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, and we'll get there probably, but not yet. This has to get a little bit bigger for that to be sustainable. So, but yeah, I mean, you can look forward to a very informative Reddit group that people from this stream go to. Thank you, Amber.
The next day you called, got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low. I ain't your maybe. Tell me what it is, 'cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Can't wait to wake to your love in the morning. This simple thing let me
So yeah, even though the bot waits until 2 minutes to remove the recommendation, I'm getting into the place of like 3 minutes if it's like this. If it's 60 cents, it's not gotten far enough away from the strike to be a sure thing. Then I'm just kind of done with that market. Like too close to call, right down to the wire. No sense in hanging around. So yeah, just keep in mind that the bot, as it's programmed, is programmed to make recommendations for scalping at very high probability. So it's when it says buy yes or buy no, it also says what price to buy it at. And it's not saying to buy it at 60 cents. It's saying if it gets to 85 to 90, buy it then. So just keep in mind that's how this bot operates, is totally in scalping mode. And yeah, so it's not really designed to give you, if it's at 30, that doesn't mean you should buy it at 30. You know what I mean? Let me get to some of the questions here because we got some good ones. Well, first of all, Cosmic Jester, thank you so much. The words of wisdom. As I've gotten older, I've learned a lot of stuff in 52 years. The main one is patience is very important, and that just being consistent, showing up every day, doing a little bit to improve. I'm always doing a little bit to improve every day, adding a little thing. The bot was a big improvement, but that was just, okay, today I'm going to make this bot, today I'm going to purchase a subscription to TradingView so I have the chart that I want exactly as I want it. Just every day, little things, getting better at what I'm doing here. I'm a way better stream host now than I was 3 weeks ago. And I'm sure the same will be true a year from now. So, but yeah, a little bit at a time, and you can do some amazing things if you're consistent and do a little bit at a time. So I could make a bot that could potentially recommend me to buy at 60 and sell at 70 to 80. Absolutely. Yeah, you can train a bot to do really whatever strategy you want. And yeah, if you get the code right, it'll be able to execute it. And the coding job, which I feel bad for all the folks that went to school, got the degree in computer programming or computer science, and they are definitely the first to be just being devastated by AI because I got no experience. I don't have no knowledge about computer programming, and I'm able to create. This is my third trading bot, and anybody can do it, man. Like, just get in a conversation with AI, start working it out, start figuring it out. It's not going to be given to you for free. You got to earn it, but it's not that hard. Like, just do the work, spend the time. And when you do create a bot, make sure you test it before you put it live. Test it in demo mode or simulation mode. Let it run, and you're going to find bugs. You're going to find problems that you got to fix. And then you just go back to AI and say, hey, I'm noticing this is happening. We need to fix this, right? And then it'll fix that. And then you got something else you got to fix, So that's just computer programming. But the AI is the expert. It knows how to do it. It knows how to do the task. It just needs direction from you on what you want to do with it. So it's just really about starting a conversation, and you should have a really strong idea of what your strategy is before you start with the bot. So this whole process of creating this bot started last week when I started testing a trading bot just manually, testing a strategy and how I would have a bot execute it. And that led to creating this assistant bot. So it's just a process. You start it, and it may take you in a different place. How can I get one bot in the iPhone? I'm a Android guy, so I don't know much about Apple products. Um, but I guarantee your chatbot will know a ton about it. So, how can I get one bot in the iPhone? I don't know. There's probably a way, but have that conversation with AI. Um, I do think it's easier to do this on a PC or a laptop, or a computer is going to be a little bit easier to do all this stuff on than a phone. I'm It may be possible on a phone to do it, but it's going to be a heck of a lot easier on a computer for sure. So, but yeah, I don't know. You might be able to on a phone. So yeah, good night for the trading bot or the trading assistant bot. We affectionately call the bot Bleep Blorp. So Bleep Blorp has had a good first 2 days. I think the record might be like 30-2, something like that. Uh, 30 wins, 2 losses. Uh, yeah, it's a pretty good record, and these are pretty ideal conditions for this strategy. So again, it remains to be seen if how it does in volatile conditions. I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot less trading than I normally do when it's volatile, and that's probably a good thing because I kind of get burned in volatile conditions a lot, and this bot is designed to keep me out when it's not it's too volatile. So yeah, we'll see. Even Sunday afternoon, it starts the crypto week starts about Sunday midday in the afternoon sometime. You'll see it goes from like almost asleep to boom. It just takes off and starts running like crazy, and goes until about Friday at 5 p.m. or so. Even sometimes a little bit earlier than that. Basically, Friday afternoon, the weekend starts, and it gets super chill, quiet, very steady. Um, but yeah, Sunday afternoon, it takes off like a rocket and goes until Friday afternoon. So let me get into trading mode here. Been doing a lot of talking tonight. I appreciate. I think we're up to 6. We hit our 16 likes. So thank you so much for that. And where are we at here with 534 subscribers? Amazing. So yeah, thank you guys so much. We met the goal of 500 subscribers yesterday, and that was a big celebration. And we're on to 1,000. That's the next big goal. But it is pretty exciting. We're going to have some new abilities. I'm going to have some new abilities as a streamer here. Once we get to 3,000 watch hours, we've already got the 500 subscribers, and we've got like 2,500 watch hours. So it'll only be a few more days of streaming before I hit that number. So where are we at? 534? Is that what I said? I believe so. Brett, does that mean you got the win? I assume that means you got a W. But I'm going to lock in and get ready for this market. And before I do that, let me just share you. We've got 4 memes at the ready when the time is right. I'm just going to play them for you now so you get a chance to have maybe a little chuckle.
You gotta know how to jack this. You gotta play this game rough, you know what I mean? In, out, get, grab, bonk.
You need to diversify your bonds, nigga.
Right to jail. Right to jail. Right away.
I regret nothing. The end.
You ready?
I was born ready. I'm Ron Swanson.
I did it all, I bore the weight on my shoulders like it was fate. Don't tell me it was for nothing. You told me love wasn't true, cause it didn't feel real to a cynic like you. But I'm pretty sure we walked into something. Something about this has changed. I wanna feel you close again. Don't let go, no, I don't want this to end. Remember the start when you back at my heart again, like blood on a pen. Would it matter then? When everything starts to fade, I'm back like it's yesterday. I want it all full send. Would it matter then? Would it matter then? Would it matter then? Another time around the block, I loved you around the clock. Break of dawn, might as well be midnight, talking on the dock. Everyone around us knows, they say we're soulmates and it shows. So I wanna see where this could go, this could go. Break the news to everyone, the long time wait is finally done. I wasn't hanging around for fun, you could be the one. Remember the start when you back at my heart again, like blood on a pen. Would it matter then? When everything starts to fade, I'm back like it's yesterday. I want it all full send. Would it matter then? Would it matter then? Would it matter then? Would it
All right, another win there. No, I'm not betting tonight. Market is untrustworthy. Just watching today. I was saying WPNW Coast because you're a W man. I don't know what that means. Is that like slang for something? I'm old, so I don't know these things. But yeah, what's a W man? Hi, first time here. Can I ask what AI do you use to create this, and how do I start? So T want, I'm gonna try to do a video on this, how to create your own bot. But this is just using Gemini. You can use any of the chat bots. And yeah, I mean, we have a long relationship on Gemini of doing this work, so it's kind of pretty up to date. But I have noticed Gemini is better than it was about a month ago. All of them are evolving rapidly and getting better and better. Um, so yeah, this is just Gemini, a conversation that went on for about 2 hours. Go in, tell one of the chatbots what you want it to do. If it tells you something you don't understand, ask it to explain what it's talking about, and it'll be a learning process. You'll grow. You'll be able to create a bot. Super easy. All you need is some kind of AI chatbot. You can just do Gemini for free. I think I put it on Pro Extended, so I give it like lots of time to think and like, but that's free, and I don't really run out of anything with Gemini doing that. But you can use Claude. Claude is very, very good, especially if you pay for Claude and you have Pro Claude. Super good, like amazing. I use Cursor. It's a website that kind of uses a bunch of different AI chatbots, but it's very focused on coding. But there's a lot of them out there. There's Codex and Claude Code, and I don't know. There's a bunch. Um, it's a huge market. But honestly, you can just use Gemini for free and have it guide you on what you need to do to get set up to run your own AI chatbot. Just put in the time of having the conversation. If you get stuck, you can come in and ask a question in the live, or I'm here 6 to 8 hours a day, so I'm likely. I'm always excited when someone asks me a question. It gives me something to talk about. So yeah, just get the ball rolling. Start talking to AI that you want to do a chat bot, that you want to do a trading bot, or you just want a bot. This is just a bot assistant. It's not doing any trading for me. It can be converted into a trading bot fairly easily, but that's not its role right now. All it's doing is making recommendations. You can definitely do a recommendation bot on Gemini for free. All you need is Terminal or PowerShell, whatever program you're using to do coding on your computer. Every computer has it, some form of it. So yeah, just start the conversation. If you get stuck, ask questions. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about AI is if you don't understand something, ask it. And if you get lost, I'm here to support, but I'll do a video at some point. I just have a lot going on. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm building a structure to keep, for the winter, to basically keep the elements away, because it rains a lot here, and I don't mind the rain as long as I'm protected from it. And right now, it's a little too close to my living situation. Like, when it starts raining, it starts to feel a little musty, a little moldy. It's like, meh. So in the summer, when it's dry here, I'm working, building a structure. So I'm live 6 to 8 hours, and I'm building a structure, and I'm taking care of cats, and you know what I mean? So I'll try to make a video. But yeah, really, my best advice right now is just start the conversation with one of the chatbots. T-Want says, this is amazing. Oh, man, that's nice. What's the rate so far on the bot? I would say the bot is, I think we just said, it's somewhere in the 30s for wins and like 2 losses, or maybe 3 losses. But yeah, it's like, it's doing its job pretty well. And a couple of those losses were not incorrect predictions. They just got too close to my stop loss, and I had to take a stop loss. So they ended up being correct, but I may need to adjust my stop loss a little bit if the bot is like this accurate. So bless your heart. Oh, I lived in the South. I know what that means. Dang, bro. It's like saying you're a great person. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. A W, man. All right, cool. Thanks so much. I would love to learn this. Yeah, and I'm happy to do that video, and I may even do it during the live sometime. Take a break from trading and just do like a how to do an AI, how to use AI to make a trading bot, and broadcast it live and record it so it can be turned into a video. So I may do that at some point. I like to double dip and do videos during the live because it's efficient use of time. I'm already here. All I have to do is press one button to start recording. My mic is in my hand. The screen is how it should look. So yeah. All right, I'm going to get into trading mode, and I appreciate all the questions. It makes my job as the host a lot easier to have something to interact with. And I am definitely getting the sense that the AI, working with an AI chatbot to creating a trading bot is like super interesting. People want to do that, so I know that needs to be my next video, basically. So I know I'm on it. I'll get to it. I hear the demand for it. So
Anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, can you got me cruising under moonlight? Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows over it. Checking my maps, heading a stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me, keep it on for me like a shower? I needed to run for me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still, you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. She said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. We could catch a vibe here on this trip. I'm in your soul, you're on my head. I want you at my fingertips all night, all night. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no.
So I just want to talk a little bit about what I'm seeing here because it's so important. Some might say, well, why the heck is the bot recommending no when it's at 93 cents, but 95 cents? It may eventually switch over to the yes, but I love that it's telling me to stay. It's basically saying don't buy the yes yet. Like, don't do it. Like, the chart still has a, suggestion of down. So this is a very iffy up, basically, is what the bot is telling me right now. So that's super valuable information. I get burned by the up all the time. so it's weird to sit out a market and celebrate, but that's basically what I'm doing right at the moment. Like, again, the bot may at some moment here say, okay, finally I'm confident in the yes, but I love that it's staying out and letting me know that the chart is, indicating that down is more probable. So, buying up right now is a big risk. So, and yeah, I'm happy to follow that because I get burned by the up all the time. So, as soon as it switched up to no, I quick sell the profit. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's how I use it as well. If it's saying yes and then it switches to no, and I'm in, I sell right away. Because it's seeing something on the chart that is suggesting the higher probability of it going down. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I'm happy for the bot to be able to tell me, okay, the risk is not worth the reward in this instance. And so, it's looking at the indicators that would, point to that. So I'm more than happy to sit out. It looks like it's going to end up being no big deal. Like yes, looks pretty strong, but I don't mind sitting out. If the bot's like, yeah, not so much, I'm happy to not be a part of it. How much have you made today? Yeah, so I'm testing this bot. So it's not really about profit for me today. It's about wins because I'm only doing one contract per market. The wins today are probably, I don't know, 18 and 1 or 18 and 2 or something like that. 18 wins, 2 losses. I'm up, yeah, I don't know. It's not a lot, but because I'm only in testing mode for the bot. So it's not really about the profits for me today. It's about confirming that the bot is making good decisions. So yeah. I am going to answer the question honestly. I'm looking up my profit and loss for the day. Yeah, up 27 cents. So, but at one contract, multiply that by however many contracts you would want to be involved with these markets at. So I need a better understanding of how the market actually works. Yeah, so again, I'm up 27 cents, but that's not what I'm trying to do today, make money. I mean, that's just a side thing. I'm testing to see if it's profitable at 27 cents. I'm just doing one contract every time, so I'm just making 10 cents at a shot. I'm new. Can you tell me what you're doing, if that's okay? Absolutely. Uh, does anybody in here not yet have a Kalshi account? I'll ask that first. I'm still looking for my first person to use my referral code that's in the description. So if you don't have Kalshi yet and you're thinking about getting into it, please use that. That would be, I will use that money for the stream, for giveaways and stuff like that. So I'll do my best to give a brief kind of synopsis of everything that's on the screen and kind of what we're doing. One thing I will recommend for Chris and for Caesar is I've got an 18-minute video on my channel that's kind of I would say a good intro to what we're doing, what the strategy is, why we're doing what we're doing, what the charts are, why we're using those, all that stuff. So if you have some time, go and watch that 18-minute video. That'll answer a lot. But I'll do my best to quickly kind of summarize what we're doing on the screen here. Okay, so we've got obviously, well, maybe not obviously, we've got Kalshi up here in the upper left of the screen. And that's where we're making our trades, and that's the platform we're using for this. And by the way, XRP is being recommended as an early buy opportunity right now. So if anybody wants to shoot over to the XRP and see if they can get in at 30 to 45 cents, that's what's being recommended at the moment. On the screen in that box, that Kalshi box, there's another website that's kind of embedded in there. That white box is a price from a different website. That's from CF Benchmarks. That is the site that Kalshi uses to determine its price. But Kalshi is doing a 60-second average. So the chart always lags behind the real price. But the price on Kalshi changes based on that white box. So that white box is kind of our truth in the moment of where we're at. Next to that, we've got the Coinbase order book. We're using a site called TapeSurf, and we're just looking at what the current prices are for, how many bids are in, how many asks are in. The red is people selling, they're asking for a certain price. The green is people looking to buy at a certain price. And then the people that come in and buy and actually make a purchase from what's on the board, they move the price. That's the thing we cannot see, is people making decisions to buy. It's not available. It's just somebody decides to do it and then it happens, right? So that's the one thing that we can't predict, is when rich people want to do crazy things with their money. Like, we just don't know when that's going to happen. So we do our best to read the charts and guess at what's going to go on. But yeah, we're always at the mercy of rich people playing with their money. So next to that is the TradingView chart with two indicators on the screen. We've got Bollinger Bands, which give us a good sense generally of where resistance and support are likely to be. So if the price hits the top line, it's likely to move down. If the price reaches the bottom line, which is not even on the screen right now, I need to zoom out here. If it reaches the bottom line, it's going to want to reverse back up in the other direction. So we are just like hardly moving at all, just moving sideways right now. But there's a big bump up. So anyway, that's the Bollinger Bands. RSI is down here, same kind of thing. Not super important for my strategy, but it is helpful to get a sense of where we're at and what might be coming and all that stuff. And finally, we got the bot that I programmed a couple days ago that's kind of my assistant. I'm testing it right now to see if it's successful at predicting scalping opportunities. Scalping is basically you get in at like a certain price and you just take a small profit of a movement up. So if you buy at 30, you sell at 40 kind of thing. It can be any amount, but like that's the idea of scalping. So we're doing, the bot is programmed to give recommendations in the first 3 minutes for any opportunities where the market is likely to go shooting off in one direction, and in the last 8 minutes. And that is going to recommend to get in at a certain position at 85 to 90 cents and get your 10 cents profit at the end. So that's kind of a brief overview of what's all on the screen. There's my referral code or my referral QR code for Kalshi and our goals for the day. And occasionally I'll put a meme up in that box over there on the lower right to react to something that's going on in the chat or whatever. So that's everything that's on the screen. We got about 5 websites on the screen at once, cropped down to fit into the whole thing. And yeah, if you have any questions about that, I'm here, happy to answer. And that 18-minute video will maybe be a little bit more thorough about the strategy and kind of what we're doing. But basically, we're trying to get in at a very high probability position and just take a small amount of profit and get out. That's the scalping strategy. So that's true. You can do this on stocks, on pretty much anything. But we have time as our ally. It's a 15-minute market, so we're trying to use that to our advantage. And I hope that helps. I'm going to take a break from talking, and if anybody has any questions, just let me know. I'll come back after this market and do my best to answer them. Well, that's the first stop loss I've had to do in a while. We'll see if the bot ends up on the right side of this in the end, but my strategy is if it gets to 50 cents, I'm out. So I had to pull the stop loss lever on that one. But yeah, the bot is still recommending yes. So we shall see. It may flip, but I also keep in mind these coins tend to move together. So we're seeing a mixed bag on the board right now. 2 yes, 2 no. Solana and XRP are going down, and Ethereum and Bitcoin are supposedly on the way up. So that's kind of a mixed bag, which is a little bit of a dicey situation, and I am going to start to take that in consideration. So Ethereum just flipped to no, and I'm guessing that Bitcoin might be right behind, because it does seem to be moving more in the no direction now. So yeah, the bot is not a perfect predictor of the future, but it does do a good job, I think, of keeping me informed of, what the chart is saying, basically. And this market is not done. It's only $3 below the line, so we'll see if it still managed to sneak out a win despite kind of a poor positioning at the moment. But yeah, this is a market, this is a spread that I don't want to be in if it's this close at the end. So my strategy really excels at plenty of distance away from the strike with not much time to go, high probability. And yeah, but the bot is sticking with the up here. Just will not. It's going to go offline at the 2-minute mark because it doesn't recommend after 2 minutes. But we see it's pretty committed to the up here regardless. So kind of fascinating. I definitely want to see where this ends, but it definitely the chart is definitely favoring the up. So yeah, and the bot never changed to down. So that's something to keep in mind. This may be just too close to call. Going to come down to one of those photo finishes at the line. And those are markets I do not want to participate in. It's not a high probability situation. So, all right. So we're at 16 likes. Thanks to everybody who's liked the stream. Once you set a goal, it seems to everybody stops doing it once you reach the goal. But we are at 16 likes. Thanks for all those and all the people hanging out. We got 17 people in the room right now. And, dropped a little bit, but I want to thank all of you for hanging out. This is going to be, the next one will be my last market of the night. Been doing about 7 hours today, so this will be the last one. We'll see if we can end on a high note here. Wow, I just lost so much. Lost $30. That hurt. Yep, well, I did too, but I'm just in testing mode, folks. So make no claims about this bot being an expert at this moment. So it's doing pretty well, but yeah, it's but yeah, I'm sorry for the loss. I did too. Mine was only 44 cents, but I hate losing anyway. But yeah, it regardless of what the chart said, the bot blew it on that one. So, but again, it's reading indicators. It's saying, well, it's more likely to go in this direction. And as always, we're at the whim of rich people doing stuff with their money. So we can look at the chart. We can do our best to estimate what's going to happen, but we're always at the mercy of somebody at any moment can come in and say, you know what, I'm going to sell 500 Bitcoin right now, and it just, you can't see it on the chart. You don't know what's coming. Like, and all of a sudden, the price just falls right out of the sky, So, yeah, we do our best to kind of read the tea leaves and read the signals, but this is not this is not a sure thing. We can't guarantee any of this. That's why you got to have a strategy where whatever you're winning, it makes up for the losses. And if you're holding to the end, I highly discourage you from doing that with this strategy. You're getting in at very high numbers, 85 cents and higher. And if you take a full loss, it's devastating to it takes so long to make that back. So anyway, I've had three stop losses tonight. And I'm at basically break even, because I've won a lot, but I'm not at a loss because I didn't take full losses each time. So, does your chat on Kalshi work the live chat? Does your chat on Kalshi work the live chat? I'm not sure what that means. It was a complicated market, absolutely, yeah. It was just so close to the line, and I mean, we're now in like barely moving territory. Everybody's asleep or out partying on a Saturday night, so the market is just kind of like almost asleep right now. So I think you should fick the bot's confidence. Okay. Yeah, the stop loss is key, and it's hard to do. It's probably the hardest. It's probably the hardest skill to cultivate, and I know this because I struggle so much to want to stay in and like, get the win if I just hold on a little bit longer. I don't want to lose. And it's really hard to. But then once you get in a strategy and you commit to it, and you're just taking the stop loss, it really helps to remove anxiety from the equation. All you're doing is executing your strategy. And the only pat on the back you give yourself at the end of the thing is not whether you won or lost, but did you stick to the strategy? Did you take your stop loss when you said you would? Did you not get in when you said you would? Are you following the script of what you're saying that you want to do? Because if you're going to do a high probability scalp, especially the one at the end of the market, taking an 85 cent per share loss requires 9 wins in a row to make it back. So you got to have a stop loss. In fact, AI, every time I talk to Gemini, it's like really convincing me to like raise it to like 70 cents instead of 95 or 50 like I could do right now. But I don't know. I like to give it some time to like make its recovery, and like, the problem right now is almost like it's so no volatility. There's so little going on that it's just so sluggish. It's like $5 just feels like a mountain to climb at this moment. So I'm not sure how to stop loss. So you can't set up a stop loss in Kalshi ahead of time. You can do it on Kalshi for perpetuals. You can do it if you're trading crypto. Like you can say, I'm going to buy here, and if I have that position, I want to sell it if it goes down to here. But you can't do that on predictive markets on Kalshi. So, when I first get in, I immediately put my take profit on the board. So let's say I buy at 85 cents. I immediately sell at 95 cents. So that order is on the board. It has not been filled yet. It's just waiting for the market to get to that place, and it'll fill my order. I don't have to do anything else with that. To do the stop loss, I basically go in and I edit. I click on my take profit, my 95-cent sell, and I go in and I just highlight the 95, change it to the, what I want to do is whatever price I'm picking, I want to pick a number lower than that. This is the kind of weird thing and kind of complicated. It doesn't really make sense at first, but like you can just bid 1 cent to do a stop loss. And it doesn't mean that that you're going to get a 1 cent sale. If you bid below where the price is, Kalshi will automatically give you the best price available above your number. So when I do a stop loss, I pick a low number. I do 20 cents because if it goes past 20, I don't really want it to be filled. I'd rather just hold on and get a lottery ticket win. You know, the odds are against me, but it could work out. So I change that 95 to 20, and I don't press the confirm. I just leave it there. And if I see my number get to 50 cents, 45, whatever it is, 49, then I press that button. And almost inevitably it's going to give me a price like 47 cents or whatever it was. So it'll give me the best price available. I can't set it up ahead of time, but I can have it kind of ready to go and just press the button when I want to get out. So that's my best solution for doing a stop loss in these markets. All right, well, I'll trade this last one. Looks like another close, looks like another nail biter. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in.
So yeah, kind of a bummer to have folks lose money there close to the end of the night. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to have a opportunity to get in on this one because the bot is pretty strong with the no, and there's not much room on the yes to make any profit anyway if it does switch over. So I think it's a good place to call it for the night. I wish we could have had finished on a higher note for some folks, but yeah, welcome to the BTC 15 market. It's we do our best to have a strategy that keeps those big losses to a minimum. So yeah, size your bankroll based on your portfolio. Don't do more than like 2% of your portfolio at a time. Have a stop loss in place. Super helpful. Super hard to do, but super helpful. And yeah, sometimes you got to sit out when it's too close. And yeah, the last two, I think it's just it's too quiet right now. So the bot is seeing stuff on the chart that's just not really manifesting into reality so much. And yeah. But anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I hope it was educational, and I hope you had a good time, even if it was a net negative for you financially. But I'll be back again tomorrow. I'll do it again from noon to 4 and from 8 to midnight Pacific time. So if anybody wants to join me again, I'll be back doing it, and hopefully be little by little, slowly but surely, wiser and wealthier. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night. I'll see you next time.